Name is Hotmaulina Manurung and my ID number is 33210066 and I'm from class 33.4a.07 and now I wanted to reading my answer about meeting 3 advanced listening. Part 1. Retell that audio using your own words. Once upon a time there was a poor miller. He had sons, but many years later the miller died, and he left nothing but his mill, his pool, and a cat. Then the first son took the mill, the second son took the tube, and the last son inherited one's cat. The youngest son said, "I will eat this cat, and he will make clothes out of the cat's fur." He spoke again, "I will have nothing left, and will starve to death." The cat heard his old man complaining, but pretended he didn't hear. Instead, he made a serious face and said, "Don't look sad, old man. Give me a bag and put on boots. I will show you that you will not receive such a bad inheritance." The youngest son often saw him play sneak tricks to win over rats. For example, he hung on his heels, hid in the grains, and played dead. Thinking of these tricks, he thought that there was no way the cat could help him. So he gave that cat his bag and spent the money just to order a nice pair of boots just for the cat. The cat was very dashing in his boots, and he had his bag around his neck, and he was lying down next to the rabbit hole, which was a rabbit house. He stuffed the bran and comb into his bag and waited as if dead. He wanted for some rabbits who didn't know the cat's trick to find food. Finally, the cat got what he hoped for, which was a young ram. Proud of what he got, he went to the place and asked to speak with his highness. Then he was ushered upstairs to take the king apartments and bowed low and said, "I brought your rabbit. One had commanded me to present to his majesty." Then the king said, "Tell your lord that I thanked him, and he pleased me very much." One day he went and hid a cornfield, opening his bag and caught a pretty niche and brought it to the king as he had done before to rabbits. And in the same way the king received it happily and asked the king for money to carry. In the way, the cat always brought gifts to the king for 2 and 3 months. One day he heard that the king was planning to drive his chariot and take his daughter with him. The cat told his master that if he followed his advice he would have good luck, namely by going to the bank of the river and bathing. Other than that, it's all up to me. Then the miller's sons did as that the cat told him, without knowing what will happen. When he was washing, the cat screamed and said the king passed, help me, my lord, I will drown." Hearing the commotion, the king came out and found the cat that often brought gifts. He ordered his bodyguards to assist the noble lord. that is the Marquis of Carabas. While they were helping the Marquis, the cats ran and met the king and said, "While master was washing, some rascals came and said, 'Thieves, thieves!' The cat hid its master's clothes, and the king ordered it to run to fetch one of its finest clothes for the Marquis. The king was very happy to meet Marquis, and the clothes he gave him were very suitable, even though he was poor, but he was strong and well-built. Then the Marquis paid his respect to the king. The king invited him to sit down and come with them. The cat is very happy that the project has begun to success. Then this cat met some people who were mowing the grass and said, "If you don't tell the king that the meadow belongs to me, my lord Marquis, then the soldiers will mow you like grass." The king did not stop asking about who owned the meadow. They answered in unison and said, "This belonged to my lord Marquis." Then the Marquis told the king that this meadow never failed to harvest. Then the king said, "Let's go to my place." The miller's son didn't know what to answer. The cat said that if your majesty will wait 1 hour, I will go earlier and command the castle to be prepared for you. He requested to the giant castle and meet him to get the honor. Ogre is the owner of the castle who can change into various forms. He turned into a lion, but the cat was scared, and he changed back to his original form. Then the cat was worried that he would harm himself because the king would bring his army to destroy him. Then the ogre went out the window and saw the king waiting outside with his soldiers and said, "What I will do to save myself? You can turn yourself into a mouse." Then he turns into a mouse, the cat eats him. Hearing the voice of the cat, king greeted him and said, "You're welcome to enter the castle, my lord Marquis." The king was very fascinated by my lord's good nature. It seems that the disabled princess loved the lord Marquis and asked him to be her daughter-in-law. The Marquis accepted the honor bestowed upon him by his majesty and immediately married the princess. The cat became a great caster and he never chased mice again. Part 2. Create the note. Pigs and pigs. It took a lot of back and forth letters before the audit department could understand why the mistake was made in charging 160 instead of 800, and still more time to understand what shapes mean. The cause of trouble stood at the counter between the two men. It was a soap box to which several trips were nailed, forming a row but a silver key. Inside, two guinea pigs were furiously eating lettuce leaves. He informed us that you resolved to accept the shipment or pay the fee. Therefore, you have no claim against this company, and your letter regarding appropriate rates for same net should be understood to our traffic department. Rules may be rules, but you can fool my flannery twice with the same trick. when it comes to dealing with livestock. Leave the rules behind. As long as Flannery runs this express office, hogs are pets, cows are pets, horses are pets, the lion and tiger and Rocky Mountain goats are pets and their rate is 24 points. He paused long enough to let one of the boys place the empty basket where he had just filled it. There are only a few queen pigs left. As he notes their limited number, his natural habit of looking on the bright side returns. Part 2. I'm sorry, sir. Part 3. Make a note for this story. Create a leader. A great leader. You might imagine a man too bad that we can save for another talk. We tend to think big leader as a person who naturally goes on stage, who attract others to themselves, sheer presence, the extrovert. These people would describe themselves as shy, queerly speaking as introverts. Of course, we are attracted to extroverts. They are usually charming and persuasive like a ball around. They are not quietly in their corner somewhere reading a book where we might not be watched them. Introverts are mostly happy to let extras take a spotlight. They prefer not being in the spotlight. They would rather finish the book if they become leaders. It is not because they want to be the center of attention, it's because they feel compelled to act. Introverts are mostly happy to let extras take a spotlight. They prefer not being in the spotlight. They would rather finish the book. If they become leaders, it's not because they want to be center attention. It's because they feel compelled to act. They don't lead because they love to give orders because circumstances have put them in that position may change. And then at work we do the same. Most offices today are open fine. Everyone is working and creating noise in one large room, attending a team building workshop or a group brainstorming session in Trove's worst nightmare. Thank you, sir.